Good morning to everybody, to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Today I come to you from another beautiful place in Sydney. Absolutely spectacular here. Do you know where I am? Does anybody want to hazard a guess? Yep. Today I'm coming to you from Shelley Beach. Shelley Beach is on the northern side of the harbour. It's opposite Manly, and it's an absolutely beautiful location, a marine sanctuary which is secluded and safe for swimming, and a glorious place to be. Shelley Beach is probably one of the only, or one of the very, very few beaches on Australia's east side which is west facing. So when you come here in summer or throughout the year, you're always going to be on a beach which is sun drenched in the afternoon, and you can actually see the sun setting across water. Anyway, I'm here today with my granddaughter. We had a nice little chat before on the way here. She was on my shoulders, and I didn't have my hat on. And she said, "Papuli, Papu, why don't you have hair?" Which was an unusual question for a 2.5-year-old. And I said to her, "Because I'm growing old, my hair falls out." And she said to me, and it melted my heart, she said, "Papuli, don't worry, I'll get you some hair." And I said to her, "Where are you going to get me some hair?" She said, "I'm going to go to the shops and I'm going to get you some hair to put on your head, and you won't have to worry about not having hair," which absolutely melted my heart. Anyway, what I'd like to also talk to you about today is another little topic that I picked up many years ago about how society defines us, or how people try to define us in ways which are not to our choosing or to our liking. Stay there, Annabelle. And one of my mentors years ago used a beautiful analogy, and he said that people will define you based on one or two aspects of your character that you have revealed to them, but nobody knows you as well as your parents, as well as your close relatives or your close friends, because they haven't spent much time with you. They haven't spent a lifetime watching you grow and develop, and watching your character expand and develop. People, we all are very, very complex people, creatures, and we do have multiple personalities. We are different depending on the environment we're in. I'm a different person at the football to what I am when I'm with my granddaughters. I'm a different person at work when I'm working in a law firm to what I am with my mates on the weekend. I'm a different person at karate to what I am at, say, Zumba dancing or opposite dancing. So depending on our role, we change. We're chameleon-like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in terms of the Rubik's Cube, you know how the Rubik's Cube has 6 sides and different colours on each side? When we're young, all those sides are pretty well understood, and they stand out to everybody in terms of who we are and what our character is. But as we get older, we develop, we grow, we expand, and we take on a multifaceted, very, very granular personality, which changes to suit our environment, changes to suit the people that we're around, and we need that in order to survive our relationships, our friendships, and to fit in. Because if you're in a group of alpha males and you're an alpha male, guess what? You're either going to get into a fight, get your head kicked in, or you're going to kick some other person's head in. So we need to change, we need to adjust. We need to be flexible. Stay there, Annabelle, stay there, stay seated down, stay there. So in terms of the Rubik's Cube, people use shortcuts to figure you out. And sometimes those shortcuts work for us or they work against us. You know how you scramble up the Rubik's Cube and there may be one red square on one side? Many people will use that red square to define who you are as a person forevermore. That red side could be once they've seen you angry or once they've seen you in a bad mood, and they define you as being in a bad mood or unapproachable for the rest of the days. But we need to make sure that we correct people and say, I'm more than just my behaviour on occasions. You know, if I mess up 1% of the time, we mustn't use that. We mustn't use that episode to define the rest of the 99% of who we are and how we behave. So it's important to guard your reputation, and it's important to make sure that people don't put words into your mouth or ill-define you in a way which is disempowering. So I guess the message is that we need to be on guard at all times to make sure that we ensure that the people around us get a balanced view of who we are, how we behave, and what motivates us and what upsets us. So I think that's enough for me. I've got my granddaughter here. We're at Shelley Beach. We're about to go for another walk down to the beach. Actually, sit down, darling. Sit down, stay there. We're about to go for another walk down to the beach to go looking for shells, because as I said to Annabelle before, the reason why it's called Shelley Beach is because there are lots and lots of shells down on Shelley Beach. So we'll be going down there shortly to go and pick up some shells. So my parting comment is that society will define you, will try and define you. Stay there, Annabelle, stay there. Will try and define you, who you are, but only you will determine and will manifest who you really are. So stay there, couple, stay there. So don't get caught up with other people's definitions. Don't get caught up with others' limitations, because people will want to limit you. People will want to keep you unchanging. But your birthright is to grow and develop and be the best version of the person that you can be. You owe it to your parents, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your children to keep on growing and developing and becoming the best version that you can be. Anyway, that's enough from me for today, and wishing you all a great Sunday, a wonderful day, and keep up the great effort, keep on growing and developing. Make sure that people don't prune you and make you a dwarf version or a bonsai version of who you're meant to be, and be positive, and always repeat to yourself, I'm alive, I am well, and I feel great. Take care, have a great Sunday, and see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Bye from now. Ciao.